Looking at this, some of you may already know what's happening. Yeah, today is a very exciting day because we'll be adding a stage 1 tune for the 5 series. I'm so excited, man.
We'll be adding
more power, baby. That's more power, baby. You get that more power, baby. More power,
we'll
baby.
be adding more power to the B48 engine.
Yeah, no engine sound like that. Yeah, so stage 1 tune is basically flashing your stock map to a better, better performance and also better efficiency. I'll be doing that. So I'll be mostly using my phone to do the flashing. Yes, I do have the laptop here and the enet cable, but that is in case there is a slow connection with the Wi-Fi adapter. So the Wi-Fi adapter or the enet adapter is the MHD tuning adapter. So the platform I'll be using for the tune is MGFlasher. Yeah, so we already have the license. And so the next step will be just to prepare the car, to put on the safety belt, to switch off any electronics, just have the car in ignition, connect the enet adapter, and then launch the application on the phone. Let's get it.
Right about now, we have started the process. As you can see from the screen, we are flashing the car. So what that means is we are flashing the car's DME with MGFlasher. The DME is the car's ECU or the car's computer. This is the first step before adding your tune. So basically introducing the platform into the car's ECU. During this process, you're likely to see several errors on the instrument cluster and also the head unit. If you look at the instrument cluster and also the display here, there is that drive train fault. So you shouldn't be alarmed by this. This is expected as you are, flashing the ECU. The whole process takes 3 to 5 minutes. Quite fast. So that's 5 minutes to tune your car. 5 minutes? You may be surprised. Technology. We are at 9%. Let's give it a couple of minutes and then resume. And it's done. So the flashing is complete. All the errors are gone. We will just switch off the ignition for 30 seconds and then proceed to the next step. And here is the most interesting part, which is adding the stage 1 tune. From this screen, you can see we have different maps based on the fuel available. So from number 1, 94 octane, that is 100 RON or the certain octane. And then we have stage 1, 93 octane, 91 octane, and then the lowest of them is ACN 91. So this is the worst fuel that you can have. And here in Kenya, we don't have that high grade fuel. So the best fuel we have, the premium fuel we have is Vipa, which is 95 RON. But to be safe, I'll be going with ACN 91 because I can always have that fuel available. Also, I want to see how this fuel perform and whether it has high knock detections or does it have like okay-ish or normal knock. The problem with tuning with 95 RON is if I put 91 or AC 91, then I'll experience knock. Different fuel has different knock prevention. So high octane fuel has less detonation, then which means less knock, while the lower one will have more detonation, hence having high knock, and high amount of knock can lead to engine misfire, which is not good for your engine. So that's why you find like different fuel will have its own map or its different tune. So for this case, I'll be going with the lowest fuel, which is very highly available here in Kenya, which is ACN 91. Stage 1, ACN 91. Revised ignition timing. Sweet. Let's continue. Here you can do different configurations for your tune, mainly exhaust and cooling. I won't touch anything on cooling, but mainly the exhaust, and the most important one is the bubbles. So on the exhaust, we have bubbles, that is the pop and crackles. I'm going to configure that. So you can choose, there are two styles to choose. I'm picking style 1 here. And so there are different parameters for the bubbles. Alternative patch, I don't need that. We have driving modes. Yeah, so you can be able to set which driving mode you want the bubbles to appear. Yeah, so here I will go with Sport and also Sport Plus. I don't want the bubbles on comfort. I need to have a mode where the car can just stay quiet. Yes, so the next parameter, yeah, I think I accidentally exited that menu. Yes, but we will just get back to the menu on the bubbles. Yeah, so we selected the driving modes. Next is the aggressiveness. So between 0 to 100. Yeah, so the higher, the more the bubbles, or the more the aggressiveness. Next is the duration. So I have on the Sport and Sport individual. So under Sport Plus, I have 3 seconds. Then under Sport and Sport individual, 2 seconds. Yeah, so RPM minimum, I'm keeping it to 0. Then RPM max, I have it at 6,000. Yeah, minimum speed 0 kilometers per hour. So then speed max, I think for these we can set it a bit higher, like 140. Yeah, I think 140 is okay. Temperature limit increase, we do not need to mess with this since we don't have an high flow downpipe. Yeah. Bubble upshift. Yes, I want to have the bubbles on upshift. So you can choose OEM, soft or hard. Keeping it soft now. And once done, click save. Next, I will configure the startup noise. Aggression, we'll have it same as the bubbles, which is 50%. Then the duration, giving this a 1 second. I think that's okay. Yeah, and the last option there, the high flow auto. I don't have an high flow downpipe, so that's okay. Engine cooling, so for cooling, that's okay. Radiator flaps always open. I will tick that since we have an active kidney grill. We can have that as always open. Yeah, you can configure your torque settings, like your sports display. Like for this, you can update the power figures to a bigger number now that you've tuned your car. It has more power. So for both power and torque. But for now, I can leave this as is. Yeah. Next, the hardware. So if you have installed an high flow downpipe, cutlass downpipe, or an high pressure fuel pump, and the different hardwares to support your power, you select them there. Here we have more settings. We can be able to delete the speed limits. I will delete the speed limit from 250 to 60 to around 330. Add RPM, I don't need to touch that. Add induction noise, no. So let's have these two as stock. This enables you to have extra features on top of your tune, like having switchable maps, and also in case you have an Ethernet sensor and more. I won't be updating or using switchable maps because I need to update my DME software and I don't want to do that. And there is more, but still on this screen I'm also not touching anything. We will just continue with the flash. And now the last step, to flash. you've been given warnings here. Make sure your phone is on airplane mode. As you can see at the top there, mine is on airplane. Also, fasten your seat belt and ensure your car battery is charged. And then proceed to flash. Yeah, the flashing the tune is quicker, so it will take just a minute or less. As you can see here, the errors are back. As always, no need to be alarmed. So give it some time and then continue. Let's anti up the B48 with more power.
More power, baby.
And voila! We now have a stage 1 tune to the car. As always, we will just switch off the ignition for 30 seconds and then do the fast startup. I cannot wait.
Ada is a completely new car now. I just gave her some attitude, some drama, you know. Huh? Now she's no longer quiet.
Now let's go for a drive.
Is that comfort? Comfort! Oh my God! Wow! Ah! Now let me try sports. This is a whole different car. Simply lovely. Let's find more open roads and test it. But that's probably in another video, because as you can see, the camera is very shaky and also the mic is not good. So next time hopefully we can get to see some numbers of the new tune. Adios.